Hi everyone, welcome back to Student Pages Spotlight series. I'm your host Izzy, and today I'm joined by the incredible Alt Blk Era. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys, and how are you doing?
Hi, really good, thank you.
Yeah, really good, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you guys on. So I want to dive straight in because I know that you're working currently on producing your new album. What can you tell us about that?
Oh, I think it's a well, I guess for starters, it is a continuation of the Raven Mortal story.
Mhm.
We're currently still figuring out like the orders of the songs and things like that, but it is I guess we're experimenting a little bit more genre-wise. Raven Mortal was very like rocky and electronic and like poppy in some places.
Yeah.
I think with the new album, there's like a little bit more of like a rap element as well, which is cool with
Mm.
like the electronic vibe. So I think we're just still in like the having fun phase and like we're messing around and not being like too strict like with ourselves, which is cool.
Definitely. And so do you feel like working on this new album and your previous projects have helped to inspire your creative process overall and they're helping you navigate what kind of music you're interested in making?
Think so. I think since we've been putting out music, probably from the beginning in 2022,
Mhm.
we've kind of really got to know what sounds we like and how we like to work together, how we like to start a song. So
Yeah.
it's all like a learning process still, but we kind of know what we're doing in a way.
You've got each other to bounce off as well, which is nice, I
Yes.
suppose. I bet that really helps in a lot of ways. Do you feel like if, I mean, because I was going to say you were scheduled to perform at Splendour Festival and 2000 Trees, do you feel like if you were in these situations alone, it would be a lot more daunting?
Definitely.
Yeah,
I think
maybe more so for you than for me. Because I've always like been like really big on like musical theatre and like thriving under pressure, like an insufferable type like that. But I think that we've definitely, I guess, like come together as sisters to shine like even like more confidently, which is
yeah,
nice.
I think we would have been doing different genres even if we worked together.
Yeah, like we're because Old Black Era isn't like it's not because we're the exact same person and we've got the exact same music tastes. Like if we were doing solo projects, like I'm sure like if in the future if we do our solo albums, they're not going to be in the same section of the record store. We'll just tell
Yeah.
you that.
Opposite ends.
Opposite ends, like honestly. So Old Black Era is like a real blend of our preferences. And I think that's kind of like we love Old Black Era in regards to like it is the like the best bits of
Yeah.
our individual like favorite genres, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
And I think, as you guys were saying, you can tell that in your music, that blending of genres really comes through, which is really nice to hear as well. So, as I mentioned, you're scheduled to perform at Splendour Festival and 2000 Trees. What does this mean for you guys to be involved in such big events and incredible events?
Gosh, well it's been what year did we play 2000 Trees?
2024.
2024.
Yeah, before my drummer's girlfriend came out.
Okay, just before. So I
Yeah.
think it's nice to do festivals that we haven't done like for a while. Like I remember we did our first Splendor in 2022. I think especially with it being the last ever Splendor Festival is like a real big deal for us because Splendor was the first festival that we played like period. The first festival I ever went to as a human being, first festival we ever played as an artist. So it's really exciting to be back. And then 2000 Trees is always just a good vibe.
I love
It's
2000
always a
Trees.
good vibe. And we had our first crowd surfers at 2000 Trees as well. So the
Mhm.
bar is high.
The bar is very
The bar
high,
is
but
very
I'm
high.
sure they'll top it
I
this
need
year.
three crowd surfers at trees. I'm not even joking. We had two last year. What the it for yeah.
So, if anyone is watching and going to 2000 Trees, you heard it here first.
At
You need to
least
be crowd
three of them.
surfing. You need at least three.
At
That's
least
the
three
bar.
people. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you guys were the supporting acts for Pendulum's tour last year as well, which is so incredible. How did this come about, and what does it mean again to be a part of something like this, and how has this helped to guide your career?
Well, it was really last minute.
It was.
It
Mm.
was a week before
We
kind
got
of
an
vibes.
email like 10 days before or something,
Yeah.
and we just immediately said yes. We didn't even think about, oh, we've never performed at an arena before. We've never done this, we've never done that. And we're just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Was that our like I guess it was like our first ever Europe tour. And
Mhm.
our very first show with them as well was an arena. So it was just like, here's 8,000 people, go. And as you can imagine, there were a million tech problems. Like for Run
Mhm.
Rabbit, which was our biggest song at the time, and it still is now. But there was no backing track, so it was
Oh
just me,
no.
Chaya, the drums and guitar. So it was a vibe, but like the
But
electronic element
Yeah.
was just like not there at all, and we didn't know because I think like you're performing, you think, oh, maybe it's like my like in ears or it's a me thing. Let's just pretend everything's good.
Mhm.
Wasn't good. No, that was crazy. But I think we kind of, I guess, learned so
We
much
learnt
about
so
Mhm.
how to perform at like really big rooms, which was like
much.
really valuable for
And
us.
Pendulum's team really looked after us, but us as well, and Pendulum themselves.
Yeah, yeah, it was good.
And I can imagine that being able to, as you said, it was such a last minute thing, being able to kind of spontaneously throw yourself into this as probably, like you said, giving you a lot of learning curves, but stuff that is gonna heavily influence your performances in the future.
Definitely, because I feel like we're not really like spontaneous kind of
No.
girlies. We're not just let's just do this. That's not really our vibe. We are months in planning kind of girls.
Yeah.
So this was like our one-off, like, I can't believe we're in Europe. Like, why are we in Norway? We were on a ferry. We did like an overnight ferry over the Baltic Sea, and there was a lot. But I think it was really nice, I think, just to have experiences, because not that we don't get to experience things, but the whole tour was like a crash course around Europe
It
as
was.
well as doing the shows. So it was really, really nice.
Definitely a very like interesting experience that I feel like sometimes those last minute like unplanned experiences are the best ones. So
A
um
random little in the middle of Germany. Yeah, it teaches you a lot.
and can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you both got into the music industry and or why you chose this direction?
I guess like from like a young age, I think it was kind of like me led from like primary school age because there's a 3 year age gap. I was like, I want to be a singer, blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as Chaya started coming to, like reality wise, I was like, we should sing together. And this was when I was watching a lot of like Chloe and Halle. I think
Mhm.
this was this before they got signed by Beyonce or after?
Um, I'm not sure.
Okay. Around that time anyway. And everyone's like, sibling harmonies sound the best. Like, we should be singing together because everyone's gonna love it, blah, blah, blah. And then it was like our dream for like the back end of primary school. But then when we went to secondary school, we really like split because I was like GCSE age and she was like year seven. So the
Mhm,
gap was like a bit dramatic to be doing like joint projects. And
mhm.
then it wasn't until like COVID 2020 that we were like, we can do this again and like follow our dreams through YouTube covers.
Yes.
A bit unglamorous, but yeah.
Yeah.
Where
And
it all begins.
yes, through doing like those YouTube covers, we just really kind of, I guess, expanded our vocal range and
Mm,
also experimenting with our voices
yeah.
and doing different genres and just really trying to, I guess, like master our craft, which was singing. So I think
Yeah.
it was, looking back, it was very embarrassing, but I think it was needed.
Well, definitely you have to have the moments to get to where you are now.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to ask as well, is there anyone that you guys are particularly inspired by, whether this is someone in your own lives or someone within the music industry, but that's helped you, guide you, and strive to where you guys are today?
Mm, not sure. I feel like who inspired? I think Beyonce, to be
Mhm,
completely honest.
mhm,
I think just how much of a businesswoman she is as well really inspires me. And she has so many like documentaries on like her performing and then we went to see her on tour. Was it last year?
that was
Yeah, at the
amazing.
Cowboy Castle. Yeah, and
Oh.
after that, I was just like, I need to get some work done. I couldn't even enjoy that much. I was like, yeah, write that down, write that down. So I think throughout like her whole music career, since I was young, I've just always looked up to Beyonce.
hmm Yeah, she's a very powerful woman. It's very easy to idolize her, I would say. And go on, sorry. Is there
Oh
anyone?
no, no, we can move on. It's
Oh, okay.
I was wondering, is yours the same? Is yours Beyonce, or is there anyone different for you guys? For you, sorry.
I'd probably have to say our mum just because she's been like supporting us for since the very beginning, and we wouldn't have come as far or probably been as good without her. So yeah, it's got to be her.
And is your mum from like a musical background, or was she interested in music, or was it just something that sparked in you guys from a young age?
Yeah, I think it's just we started doing it and then she was just supporting us like from the start, and then I guess it progressed into like management and having
Mhm.
to have like a really wide like bit of like control over like everything that was happening, because it kind of kicked off all at once and all very quickly, like with people wanting us to do shows and songs and being released. So it's kind of like the whirlwind of the music industry just like swept us all up just as a family.
Mm.
Definitely, and it's always nice to have someone there to look out for you and be your shoulder to lean on, which obviously you have each other, as we mentioned earlier. But yeah, it's really, it seems like a really nice system you've got going. Um, but so earlier, obviously, we mentioned the kind of blending of genres that comes through in your music. But is there anything in particular that you guys would use to describe your music and tell someone who might be unfamiliar with your sound what makes it so special?
Hmm. I think if it was someone unfamiliar, then I would say, it's like it's rocky, electronic music and like with a rap vibe. But to be honest, I'd ask them what kind of music they like, and then I'd find a song that matches their vibe and be like, but if I was trying to be like profound, then I'd be like genreless and boundless music. Because I feel like we do cross so many genres, and you can like pick different parts of things that you like throughout our songs because of the so many like blends. So yeah, if you're a rap fan, then there's a rap song for you. If you like drum and bass, there's a drum and bass song for you. It's kind of like really, I think our music's really free spirited, even to like
Mhm.
how we are on stage, and I think that's kind of reflected in our fan base as well. Everyone's really free, just
Yeah.
just
I also like that our fans kind of never know what kind of song we're going to release next.
Mm.
Like we
Mm.
really keep them on
Keep people on
edge.
the toes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like if you listen to Alt Blk Era, you don't it's not about like a genre. It's not like, oh, I listen to Alt
Yeah.
Blk Era because they make emo music or rock music or whatever. You're just here for the ride, okay? We're not sure where we're going next.
It's the
Jump on.
journey.
It's a journey. Come on board and we'll see where we end up.
So it's just a very free, chill vibes, but also energetic, good community for
Yeah, it's a
anyone at home.
concept. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so obviously you guys have achieved so much in your career, and you started, this is a passion that you said you picked up at a very young age for both of you. But do you feel like you've ever, maybe particularly with social media and things, do you feel like you've ever received any hate or people trying to like maybe put you down a little bit whilst like you were pursuing your dream, and how would you give advice to someone to deal with that who may be going through the same thing?
I think it's kind of like natural, like in terms of like I think just we just live in an age now that if you're online, there's going to be someone locked in their
Mhm.
basement typing angry
Keyboard
things at you.
warrior.
So I think you really have to kind of like it is. I'm not going to pretend that it's easy because when it first happened, I was really shocked.
Mhm.
But I was like, I guess like 16, like finding of YouTube comments, but it's quite shocking. Like, why would they say that?
Yeah.
But then you kind of have to get used to the fact that some people online will really just say crazy, crazy things that they would never say to you in real life. So I just say you kind of got like compartmentalize,
I I'm not the person
compartmentalize,
to help you with this.
put it in compartments in your brain, and just kind of like lock it away and just know that that isn't a reflection of you. It doesn't mean anything. They don't know you. Just it's online. And also, I saw another artist like when we first started coming up that was saying that like you're getting views and traction when you start getting hate, because once the comment section goes away from being everyone that's related to you and that knows you in real life to start tapping into like the wider world, then it's like natural
And
to
also, like, there's so many music artists that are brilliant that I've heard like so much hate from. It's like people just hate
just
everything.
saying anything.
Yeah.
And I
So
think you know what, it's the fact that like people say it, because I think like I have artists that I'm not particularly fond of, but I'm not gonna like mention
Mhm.
it or like
Definitely.
give so much attention. But
yeah.
online, people feel the need to let you know that they don't like something instead of shutting
Yeah.
up, which is crazy. But
Yeah.
You just really got to just be flippant with it, kind of.
yeah, it's like part of the job, I
Yeah.
think. If you're gonna like treat it as a business and as a job, that's just one section of the job, customer service. Okay.
That is a great perspective to look at it from, actually. Kind of, you know that you made it when you start getting hate comments and you're having to deal with all of these people. But
But that doesn't like, it's not even like the ratio of it as well. Usually it's always like 99%
Yeah.
good. But I think like as people, we always like, oh, but
Stick
they
on to the
said that I
negative,
look
yeah.
stupid and I can't sing.
yeah,
Even though like 1,000 people said this is the best thing they've heard all week. So I
Yeah.
think it's
yeah.
like, you've really got to
Mhm.
like train your
You
brain.
gotta focus on the positive, don't you?
Yeah.
And don't overthink too much either.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, definitely. I'm sure a lot of people will really appreciate that advice because I know that it can be hard to deal with these things and it's a very chaotic industry a lot of the time to be in. And
Mm.
with that being said, do you feel like throughout your career, do you feel like you've overcome is there any challenges that pop to mind that you feel like you've overcome and that you're proud to where you've gotten now to have passed these? Because I feel like for a lot of people, they would say if they started music early, they would maybe say COVID or something like that. But obviously for you
Mm.
guys, that was a time where you could start making music again and start doing the
Yeah,
things again.
yeah.
So is there any particular challenge you feel like you've overcome during your career?
I think like navigating like ageism and like I guess a bit of sexism as well in the industry and kind of me and Che have really, really strong ideas about what we want to do and we're really passionate and direct and then some people really don't like that because sometimes you don't want to hear from an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old about what we need them to do. But I think it's been nice to be able to find our voices and be like, no, we need it like this. This is our sound. This is who we are.
Mhm.
And we've had a lot of people kind of try to like sway us or push us down one road and say, no, do this, you'll be so much better. And even like, this is one comment that I remember from 2022. See, they stick with you. Someone commented that Che should go solo. They said she'd be so much better if she was solo. Am I holding her back? What should I do? But yeah, things like that is just crazy. But
Mm.
yeah, ageism is like a really big thing for when we first started career.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
people hated when we dare to open our mouths. Young people don't know anything kind of vibes. And I
Yeah.
think it's a little bit of an old-fashioned industry, I
Yeah.
guess.
It is.
So I think it's getting better now though. I think there's like a new generation that's kind of
Yeah.
coming up and being a bit more like not
Understanding.
understanding. Yeah. And then the artists themselves, I think, are
Yeah.
speaking out more. It's less like hush hush, which is really
Mhm.
nice. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, definitely. And so as you said, you guys have got some strong opinions about what you like and what you don't like, or things that you value. So how important has it been for you guys to find people in the industry that are in sync with the kind of stuff that you're looking to produce?
Hmm. I guess it's been quite challenging. I think it's kind of like I guess how you view friendships. Like you don't really bond with every person that you meet, but you have to meet enough people to kind of know what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah.
So a lot of because we started so young, we've a lot of our career has been like experimenting, whether it's with different like photographers or videographers and styles of music and music videos and even the way that like we write, like which way works better, whether we write separately and then come together or we start together and then go separate or the whole thing together. Like we're still learning so much about the industry and each other that almost everything is an experiment. Like honestly, there's not like really a set pattern of anything.
There's
That
not.
is there.
There's not.
There's no routine. And didn't we say earlier that we're routine kind of girls?
We did.
I guess we like the concept of a routine. Yeah. But yeah, so it's hard, man, and like to find like
Yeah.
your own people. But I think that one thing that we're fortunate is like with our community and like with the fans of our music, but like if anyone gets us, they get us. And
Mhm.
they kind
Yeah.
of with us on the journey and they know that it's not going to be perfect and it's gonna be a bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah.
But it's just about being with people that are like-minded, I guess.
Yeah.
Definitely. And so my final question for you guys is if you had any advice to give to a student or a young person looking to get into the industry, what would your advice be?
My advice would be like, I don't want to sound like an advert, but like just do it. So I feel like there can be a lot of overthinking and a lot of putting off, but
Mm.
Mhm.
you just got to do it. You just got to start because then you're just going to be in your head for so long, and then you might never release a song or a project or anything. So
Mm,
I think just go for it.
Hmm.
yeah. I think when like from the artists that I've spoken to that are like upcoming or students, I think the biggest thing is like just making it work for you and not trying to follow like traditional ways to like get famous or to do things. Like you don't really have to do that because I think especially in the big 2026 there's so many like financial issues and everything's so expensive, whether it's like studio recording, mixing, mastering, just the whole shebang. It's a lot.
Hmm.
But I think that I've seen people that have doubled down on one song for like a year, 18 months on social media, and they just pushed it and pushed it and pushed it until they've started to gain some traction. So don't think that you have to release an album as your first project on your first year of making music. You just really don't. And it's kind of like you have to make the industry work for you instead of working for the industry. So that's what I would say. And then yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
Not
No,
sponsored, by
definitely.
the way. Not sponsored, by the way.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure to get to speak to you. And thank you to everyone at home that tuned in and stuck around to watch. And I'll catch you all next time.